The European Union, we know, has 27 countries. This bloc began vaccination in late December last year, but the rollout has been complicated and uneven. Issues around supply, production and red tape have hampered vaccine distribution. Tempers are running high. The crisis came to a head after the European Union unveiled plans to control vaccine exports. The EU's new plan came after drug maker AstraZeneca said it could cut its supply of the vaccine by 60%, with most EU countries battling new COVID variants. Lockdowns have been extended and curfews tightened. The situation is not looking good for this continent. Here's a report.
2021 was thought to be a year of hope. Scientists had successfully developed vaccines. Inoculation drives had either begun or were about to begin across the world. But in Europe, things have only gone from bad to worse. The 27-member bloc had launched its vaccination program together, but it was late to start, slow to gather speed, and has only been beset with problems. The EU's vaccination drive already trails Israel, the UK and the US. The best performing European country, Denmark, has vaccinated a meager 3.6 people per 100 compared with 45 in Israel and more than 10 in the UK. Germany and France are even further behind. While vaccination rates are increasing in other countries, the Union is facing a severe shortage in the supply of vaccines. Drug maker AstraZeneca has announced that it will cut its supply to the bloc by 60% due to production problems. Fueled by mounting frustration, the EU announced a controversial rule which allows it to control export of vaccines produced within the bloc if its own supply contracts are not fulfilled. It also got into a very public spat with AstraZeneca over the delay in vaccine supply. Things got ugly when the Commission threatened to put checks on the Northern Ireland border to prevent vaccines produced in the EU from reaching the UK. While the European Commission ultimately backtracked on the threat, this vaccine nationalism has been criticised by the World Health Organization.
If we hoard vaccines and if we're not sharing, there will be three major problems. One, I said it will be a catastrophic moral failure. And two, it keeps the pandemic burning. And three, very slow global economic recovery. So it's morally wrong in terms of arresting the pandemic. It wouldn't help, and it wouldn't also bring livelihoods back. Is that what we want? So it's our choice. And I hope we will choose the right things.
But it isn't just vaccine shortage which is plaguing Europe. The UK virus variant has caused a spike in cases in Portugal and the Netherlands. The Dutch country was forced to introduce night curfew to curb rising cases, which sparked widespread outrage and protests. Anti-lockdown protests were also seen in Brussels, Vienna and Budapest. The situation is especially bad in Portugal. The country reported close to half of all its deaths in January, and its hospitals are on the verge of collapse. Nearby, the political crisis in Italy is yet to be solved. And there is a risk that snap elections might not be avoided. Meanwhile, Europe's economic pain is expected to worsen before it gets better. The IMF has said that the 2021 outlook for the bloc has deteriorated. Germany, France, Italy and Spain, the four largest economies in the Eurozone, saw their growth estimates cut for 2021. A failing economy, new COVID variants and slow vaccine rollout. Europe has its plate full and its task cut out. Bureau Report, WION World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.